being guilty of deceit.
Now, I read Nabeel's posts on Quranic preservation preparation for this debate, and he cites this one narration from which he alludes that Ibn Mas'ud attacked the Uthmanic Codex. He said, Ibn Mas'ud gave a sermon in Kufa and declared, "The people have been guilty of deceit in the reading of the Quran. I like it better to read according to the recitation of him," referring to the Prophet Muhammad, "whom I love more than that of Zayd bin Thabit." The reference that Nabeel gave was Ibn Sa'd, Kitab al-Tabaqat al-Kabir, Volume 2, page 444. So what's the problem? The problem is that this phrase does not exist in the original Arabic text. I went and I searched hard for this narration in Ibn Sa'd's book, Kitab al-Tabaqat. I found several narrations about Ibn Mas'ud talking about Zayd bin Thabit, which completely match this narration, except that this phrase, "the people have been guilty of deceit in the reading of the Quran," is not there.
Okay, that was the excellent Bassam Zawadi in July 2009 informing us of the non-existence of this narration, the narration that you have already seen. Qureshi is at your right-hand side of the screen, listening attentively to Zawadi's information. Have a look. Essentially, Nabeel Qureshi has been told the narration he used in his online article does not exist.
Being guilty of deceit.
You may be thinking, Nabeel Qureshi can only be guilty of willful deception if he uses the same non-existent narration in the future, i.e. after July 2009. Well, let's fast forward to September 2010 to a YouTube video by Nabeel Qureshi which he made with his partner David Wood, and imagine our shock, disgust and outrage when we saw this clip from Nabeel's latest video in which he is using the same non-existent narration which he had been warned about.
I wonder what Muhammad's top teacher of the Quran has to say about it.
Let me pick up another one of these books at random. Here's one. The people have been guilty of deceit in the reading of the Quran. I like it better to read according to the recitation of him whom I love, more than that of Zayd ibn Thabit.
Wow, according to that book you're holding, Muhammad's top teacher of the Quran is saying reading today's Quran is like being guilty of deceit. I wonder if any of these other like being guilty of deceit.
So there you have it, folks. Nabeel Qureshi is still using the same narration and still using the same reference despite knowing it does not exist. This, my friends, is rank deception on the part of Nabeel Qureshi, and he knows it. Considering all the elements in the equation, I think it is high time to say, Nabeel Qureshi, you, sir, are a liar. And not only am I rebuking you here, I'm calling you to repentance. And I want to ask, why did you lie? Can you explain this? Is it due to your friends, that's David Wood's influence? Or is it simply a case of deception being within your nature?
Being guilty of deceit. Being guilty of deceit.